IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, the Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Interface Video Productions High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker and our third member of our broadcast crew, Marion Royster, down on the sideline. We're at Fulton Field tonight for a Division III Region 11 semifinal matchup between the number 5 seed Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs and the number 1 seed the Sheridan Generals. Glad to have you along on a wet night for high school football. But, Tim, let's jump right into talking about these teams with our pregame warm-up. Both these teams high-powered, but not high-powered through the air, mostly on the ground. This should be a good football game tonight.
Yeah, both teams are champions from their respective leagues. Obviously, Sheridan won the big school division in the Muscatine Valley League, and from the Mid-State League, the Buckeye Division, Bloom-Carroll's the champion. So we got two teams on a collision course tonight, Jared.
As you can see on your screen, the rain is coming down and it's blowing from right to left. Let's bring in Marion to talk about the weather. Marion, both these teams we mentioned, running teams. You were a running back. Is it something to be concerned about tonight? It is a turf field, but is it something to be concerned about?
Well, the first thing you're always concerned about, Jared, obviously, is ball security. That's going to be paramount first and foremost. You want to make sure that the exchange between the quarterback and the center is good, as well as the exchange between the quarterback and the running back. Those are going to be very, very important. The other thing is really just making sure that you keep your footing. For the receivers, to the extent that these teams do pass, making sure that they keep their nose over their toes getting out of their break. And then most importantly, again, the defensive backs. You don't want it to be in a situation where if you get a pass down the field, the defensive back slips down and you allow a big play. So very important things to keep in mind tonight with the weather. Rain should let up around 7:30, but it's going to be wet on the turf all night.
I want to say thanks to Personal Touch Party Rentals. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events in Lancaster. They're a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help you plan your next event, weddings, special events, even corporate events, all with the Personal Touch. They can be reached at 740-689-6991. It will be Sheridan kicking off to Bloom-Carroll. Your kickoff tonight brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting the high school football. They've been servicing the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. Tim, let's jump in and talk about personnel for these two teams. You already mentioned they like to run the football, but Sheridan, a little bit interesting. They do a 2-quarterback set.
Yeah, but, when you look at it, their total rushing yards are over 1,200 yards. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
And, they have a little different stature and build, but they still do the same things with their quarterbacks, and that's pretty impressive, Jared.
So for the Generals, they will be kicking off. They come in the number 1 seed. Their fans on the home side of Fulton Field. Big crowd on hand tonight, even in the elements, as Marion said, expecting the rain to let up right about 7:30, so half an hour into the football game. Bloom-Carroll fans on the far side, and we are underway from Fulton Field. A squib kick will be taken right about the 18-yard line over on the far side. That's Dylan Armentrout. Armentrout up the middle of the field. He's going to be swarmed under at the 25-yard line. One thing you're going to notice right away with these two teams, they are physical, hard-hitting football teams.
And they're very well coached. Defensively, both teams run to the ball a lot, and they tackle really well.
Tonight's Keys to the Game brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right. Get to those keys after this first play. Bloom-Carroll comes up with Ethan Thanavong at quarterback, and to his right is Dylan Armentrout, and behind him is Chase Plants. It'll be Plants on the carry, getting across the 30-yard line, pickup of about 3 on first down.
And for both teams, Jared, it's the same thing. Can you control the line of scrimmage? This is what both coaches instill on their teams. This is what both coaches want to do. I was able to speak with both of them, fortunately, this week, and that is exactly what they expressed to me.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs. The number 5 seed in this Division III Region 11. Going to be checking on the score from the other Division III matchup tonight that these two teams will be concerned with. Here's Armentrout again on the carry. 1st down and more across the 40 and up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, just outstanding blocking at the point of attack again, Jared. And Dylan Armentrout, we've seen him before. He has really good feet, keeps his head up, and does a great job getting his shoulders squared and getting downfield.
Tackle made by Andrew Holden, the 5'10", 150-pound senior. So 2 plays and already a 1st down for Bloom-Carroll. Thanavong again out of the shotgun. To his left is Plants. Right behind him is Armentrout, and it will be Armentrout again on the carry going over left tackle. And he's out near the 49-yard line. Marion, for these running backs, obviously they've had a lot of success, but a lot of that success should be attributed to this big and physical offensive line.
Yeah, no question, Jared. This offensive line, for both teams, just outstanding job. One thing I noticed watching Sheridan on film this week, their offensive linemen extremely athletic, move very well, allows them to run a lot of counters and traps, do things unorthodox. Bloom-Carroll as well, just so you're not just lining up all the time, just ramming at people, doing some different things in the run game.
On 2nd down and 6, this time it's Marshall, and he's going to be tripped up right about the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for Sheridan is Alex Poyer. Yeah. And we've got a late flag coming in. So the official is going to get control of it right away after some little bit of extracurriculars after the play. We'll see what they call.
Well, Alex is an outstanding linebacker, and he showed that right there, Jared, how he came up and filled that hole really quickly.
Looks like might be on Bloom-Carroll. Unsportsmanlike penalty on Bloom-Carroll. That's going to back him up 15. That's a big penalty. And there's something that we talked about last week, going into that game with Tri-Valley, is both of those teams, we talked about how they kept their control and their composure, yes. But toward the end of that game, it got a little bit chippy. And right off the bat here, I'm sure that Coach McKinney not happy with that penalty.
That's not something that we usually see from Bloom-Carroll.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 21 at the 34-yard line. Thanavong back to pass. He's got pressure. Screen pass to Armentrout. Armentrout across the 40, 45, 50, 1st down and more. He's got a couple men to beat him, blockers in front of him, and a nice run after the catch for Dylan Armentrout all the way down to Sheridan territory to the 28.
We see this again, Jared. You're going to see a great block out in front of Dylan Armentrout by number 67 for Bloom-Carroll. Watch here. You can see as he got the ball. Watch the block right here.
Yeah.
You don't have to flatten people in your blocks. You just got to be, in direct path.
That's Dylan Chittum on that block. Our replays tonight are brought to you by Dagger Law. Going to see plenty of those tonight.
And guys, I love the play design on that one. Thanavong had his shoulders completely turned to the other side of the football, came back the other way, enabled them to get that big gain.
Here's Marshall on the carry. And this time he is wrapped up in the backfield. Tried to go to the left side, and they'll say he lost a yard.
Yeah, they've run predominantly left so far, Jared, in this drive. A great swarm by the Sheridan defense.
Gonna bring up a 2nd down and 11. Clock rolls at 8:47 here in this first quarter in this Division III regional semifinal at Lancaster High School. Plants will line up this time to the left of Thanavong with Armentrout right behind him. Here is Armentrout. He's got Plants as lead blocker, and Armentrout dives forward. Will be brought down close to the 36. Brings up a big 3rd down for the Sheridan defense right here.
Well, for Sheridan's defense, they want their down linemen. They run what they call stack 3-3-5, but they want their down linemen to take blockers out of the play so that their secondary people can come up and make a tackle, just like you saw there. Great job.
3rd down and 7. Broden Bishop, the receiver, out to the right side. Then Thanavong will look over at Coach McKinney. And the offensive staff for a play. It'll be Armentrout right up the middle and nowhere to go. Great job right up in the inside for Sheridan. Looked like the tackle led by 17 and 64. Once again, that's Alex Poyer.
Yeah, and Hunter Isaac, number 64, just did a great job for the Generals plugging that hole. He's tough, and he's also a 3.9 student. How about that?
Absolutely. It's getting it done in the classroom. 4th down and 6. And they do have the ability to kick, but with the wet conditions, they're going to go for it right here on 4th and 6. Marshall splits out wide to the right side. To the bottom of your screen. Thanthanavong looking his way. Gets a block. Steps up, goes back to the middle of the field. Has a first down. What a run by Ethan Thanthanavong. Although the spot's going to be, they are giving it to him. It was close.
Yeah, really good decision by Ethan right there. Jared, as we see here on the replay. Watch him roll right. He's got pretty good protection. Sees nothing, but made a really good, quick decision to get upfield and get the first down.
And a good job also by the offensive line. They kept their heads up, their eyes up, and they saw what their quarterback was doing and immediately changed the direction of their blocks.
I agree.
So another 3rd down conversion for this Bloom-Carroll offense. Here's Marshall right up the middle. We mentioned it last week. When he takes the handoff, he's already in 4th gear.
His motor runs high.
So Bloom-Carroll, 51.8% 3rd down completion percentage.
That was 4th down, though, wasn't it?
That one was 4th down. Yeah, you're right. They were 75% on 4th down.
How about that? Got to keep him out of that 4th down situation.
2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, they're in their power formation here, Jared, the heavy.
It'll be Armentrout following Marshall. And he's up to about the 10-yard line.
Hey, Carroll's linemen are really coming off the ball, Jared. I think Sheridan's doing a great job as their second line people stepping up and getting involved, but boy, the Carroll front line is just blasting off.
And they've got some size. I mean, we already talked about Chittum. He's 6'4", 265. They've got Jaden Ball, 6'4", 280. They've got Grant Dolan, 6'3", 250. And then Will Green over on the far side, 6'10", 305, number 78. They're running to his side right now. It's Broden Bishop on the carry. He's going to be shy of the first down by about a half a yard.
You know, when Broden's in, they want to run the Wildcat, and that's what they did right there.
There's a replay.
Yeah, watch this right here. Broden Bishop's like the jack of all trades for Bloom-Carroll. As we talked last week, he does a lot of things for this team.
Good look on the Dagger Law replay. 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs. 4:50 and counting here in this first quarter. Just chewing up time. Sheridan hasn't even touched the football yet. Thanthanavong will turn, hand it off to Plants. He's got the first down. Chase Plants is the kind of guy that he may not have the stats, but he is their go-to guy on 3rd and short or even goal line situations.
Yeah, but he's their short yardage guy. And, you know, he's compiled 17 touchdowns this year, Jared. That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Watch here. Watch the push. Sheridan did a pretty good job of jamming that up, but, you know, he's just so strong.
So, yeah, somebody try to tackle him with all arms. You're not going to be able to do that. So 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 7-yard line of Sheridan. Here's Marshall. And brought down at about the 5. Give him a gain of 2.
I tell you, we're going to see some plays right here where it's going to be a battle of wills.
Yep.
Because both teams extremely coached, especially at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see who has the strongest will right here for the next 5 yards.
Looks like the rain is all but stopped almost. Marion, looks like no rain coming down now?
Yeah, right now you may have a drizzle or two, but it's pretty much stopped for the most part. Let's see if it stays that way.
Good deal. 2nd down and goal at the 5. Through the hands of Broden Bishop. Thanthanavong. There might be a case of wet football right through his hands.
That's a really good throw.
It was.
You can see here on the replay. Look at him take his time, put it right in his hands, Jared. Can't ask for any more than that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things this year, guys. You know, we've had pretty great weather for the majority of these games, so you got to think a lot of these players aren't used to playing in these kind of conditions, so there's always an adjustment to be had there.
Yeah. Bishop is the leading receiver. He's got 19 receptions for 274 yards and 5 touchdowns on the season. 3rd down and goal. Thanavong will pitch it out to Marshall, and once again they are right there to bring Marshall down. Leading the charge is number 20. That's Justin Munyon.
Great job by Justin coming up off his corner spot here. You know, Coach Culver talked about they're going to take their defense. They play pretty base, but you can see here how you got to bring them up in this short yardage situation and watch him come up and make an excellent play.
So on to try a field goal attempt is Trayton McKee. It will be a 25-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:59 to play in the first quarter, our first score on the board, it's a field goal from Trayton McKee, and the Bulldogs up 3-0.
Well, they consumed almost 9 minutes of the quarter, Jared, and that's big. It's good to get points if you're Carroll, but I think if you're in the Sheridan sideline, you got to feel pretty good that you stiffened up right there at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Shu, I would agree with you. Again, I think you're encouraged if you're both teams. For Bloom-Carroll, I thought it was an excellent called drive where you had, you know, some excellent 4th down conversions, 3rd down conversions, great play. If not for that drop pass in the end zone, they probably would have had 6 points. Maybe perhaps bend but don't break. You know, they did some crucial 3rd and 4th downs, but you didn't let them in the end zone. You held them to 3, and now you get an opportunity for your offense to come on the field and see what they can do.
Check some scores real quick from other games. Pickerington Central in Division I leads Gahanna 7-0 in the first quarter. Bishop Watterson and Jackson 0-0. That's the game that we're going to be really paying attention to. The winner of that one will play the winner of this one next week. It's Harvest Prep over Wheelersburg 7-0 in the first quarter. That one being played down at Nelsonville. So the Bulldogs, after the field goal, will kick it off. And over on the far side for Sheridan, that's number 3. That's Spencer Showalter. Showalter with a pretty good return all the way out across the 30-yard line. Hey, I want to remind you can find all the live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection, on YouTube to find games and other local programming. And while you're there, make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. And also, if you're on Facebook and Twitter, check us out on those social media platforms. Just search for Interphase Video Productions. Our first look at the Sheridan Generals offense. 2:51 to play in the first quarter. We mentioned in the pregame they like to go with 2 different quarterbacks, and both those guys with some talent, not only through the air, but they can run the ball as well. Here's a handoff right up the middle. A short gain on the play. On the carry is Alex Poyer.
I mean, this is just old-fashioned line up, and we're going to see who's better at the line of scrimmage. And I thought the Sheridan kids really came off for their first play. They came off the ball really well.
Andrew Marshall on the stop for Bloom-Carroll.
Well, we know Marshall. I mean, I think he's coming in with, 90 solo tackles?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, great year, 65 assists or something like that. I mean, he's just tremendous and fun to watch.
2nd down and 7. Pass is complete in the left side to Showalter, and he is swarmed right there. No gain. In fact, maybe a loss on the play of a yard.
Yeah, I thought Bloom-Carroll's pass defense last week against Tri-Valley was outstanding.
Yeah.
With Dylan Normantrout and Caden Bishop. You can see here, look, they just sniffed that immediately.
Good job by Armentrout fighting through the block. So 3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Generals. Reed Packer at quarterback. Winders in motion. Packer looking to pass. Looking over to the right side. Has plenty of time. Fires one just over the hands of his intended receiver, Austin Clifton.
Well, the good thing about Reed, he's about 6'2", so he's going to get a pretty good look, Jared.
Yeah.
You know, he identified the right receiver. You can see here, look at him. He gets scanned the field a little bit, selected the right receiver. He just, just a little high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job by his offensive line. Gave him plenty of time.
Absolutely.
Punt is away, angling to the far side of the field. Good roll for the Generals. Takes them all the way back to about the 24-yard line. 23, yeah.
Yeah, about 45 yards. You'll take that.
Absolutely.
No return. Well, you know what's interesting? You look at both teams, and they're both based on really outstanding defenses. And Sheridan's only given up, I think, about 14.8 or 15 points a game, roughly, this year. And Bloom-Carroll's at 9.9 or 10 if you round it up. So, I mean, it's going to be hard for offenses to score. But here's the difference. Carroll had the ball for about 9 minutes, and Sheridan's now had it for, about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
so
if
eventually that can wear on you
right.
if you can't get that straightened out.
Bloom-Carroll comes in at 11-1. Sheridan with the same record. However, Bloom-Carroll lost in their first game of the season. Sheridan lost in their second game of the season. Here's a hard run by Armentrout. Took a hit at the end, but it's still a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Well, and again, we see another replay. Watch what he does so good. He does this little jump. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
Gets out there. Good run.
Nice hard tackle there at the end. 59, Thomas Helsel. Definitely wanted to make sure that Armentrout felt it. Here's Armentrout again, has the first down up near the 40. This is one of those times, Marion, where as soon as they start keying on Armentrout, then they go to one of the other guys, Marshall or Plants.
Yeah, and that's the ability of having that three-headed monster in the backfield. You just can't key on one person. Sheridan, again, has a similar setup in their backfield, but Bloom-Carroll, just mastered that ability to get all guys involved, keep the defense on its heels.
Yeah. 1st and 10, right up the middle. Armentrout somehow gets through there. Armentrout right up the middle of the field all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it's like one of, Coach Culver's concerns is, we may not be able to stop them. Can we contain it and keep it within a certain number? And right there, as long as this keeps happening, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
And, guys, did you see the move he put on Reed Parker in the open field there? Wow. Still an Armentrout. Wow.
And they will let the time run out here at the end of the first quarter with the Bulldogs leading 3-0 over the Sheridan Generals. And, Shu, we've got some folks we'd like to say thanks to that have been on board with us all season.
Been great. Tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Toyota. Buckeye Toyota would like to wish all the local athletes best of luck this season. Buckeye Toyota is your hometown dealer that is here to help. Visit us online at mybuckeyetoyota.com.
So if you're wondering about the bracket, the winner of this game will move on to take on the winner of Jackson and Bishop Watterson. Jackson at 10-2, the number 2 ranked team on their side of the bracket. Bishop Watterson 11-1. They are the 3 seed. There it is.
You see it here on the screen. It's what a region. We've talked about this for the last several weeks, but it is. It's just tremendous. I mean, we have 2 fantastic teams here tonight, 2 fantastic programs.
Yeah.
You look at Watterson and Jackson, and if you watch and pay attention to high school football, those names are seen a lot. Also, they're playing down in Chillicothe at Herrnstein Field.
We've been down there. Nice
Yes,
place
we
to
have.
go and do a game, watch a game. Certainly thrilled that this one's close to home as well. Couldn't ask for a nicer, shorter drive for both these 2 teams. 10 miles from Bloom-Carroll, 17 miles from Sheridan, and they have packed both sides of the stadium here at Fulton Field. Broden Bishop this time, and wrapped up in the backfield by number 17, Alex Poyer.
Shot out of a cannon. Looks good.
Man, he has made
they run this
ton of
wildcat
tackles
when
already.
Bishop's in. You got to recognize, and he did. Look at him come through the blockers.
Not sure he was touched by a blocker.
Nah,
he got through there first.
Yeah, he great effort by Alex right there.
2nd down at 12. Splitting out wide to the bottom of the screen is Carter Cornelius, the junior wide receiver. Coming in motion is Jet Jones. Thanavong threw it just a little bit behind Cornelius, and he couldn't haul it in. 3rd down and along.
Yeah, A.J. Winders made the hit to make sure he didn't hang on.
So just a tad behind him.
Yep.
So 3rd down and 12 for the Bulldogs. They'll look over at Coach Jeremy McKinney.
They haven't been in a lot of these down and distance situations the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Thanavong almost picked off. Number 5, A.J. Winders. You just called his name. Boy, that one had 6 points all over it if he catches it.
He read that wonderful. Again, we have another replay. Watch him jump the route right here.
Wow.
And I'll throw a little shout out into his dad. His dad was a very good football player at Fisher Catholic.
Nice. And, of course, Coach Jeremy McKinney is a Fisher Catholic grad, played on that 98 state runner-up team. The punt is away from Marshall. Or no, check that. It's Tyler Rapp on the punt. What a roll. How did that not go to the end zone? Gets it to roll out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Watch this. Kicked it from right at the 50.
Yeah, it's a 28-yard punt by yardage, but it's an outstanding placement of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it just went straight sideways.
Yeah, well, that's why, they say footballs bounce funny ways.
Yeah. So the Generals with their second drive. Second possession here, 11:06 to play in the first half.
Yeah, it was a really good defensive series for the Generals.
Packer hands it off.
No,
he kept it. They run that option, and he did a nice job selling it, kept it, and gets out near first down.
Yeah, we talked about how they like to run. They ran for 312 yards together, the two quarterbacks last week against Courthouse with 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
How impressive is that?
The other quarterback is Caden Sheridan. Packer's the senior, Sheridan's a junior. Sheridan also the starting catcher on their baseball team, and he has a cannon for an arm behind the plate and can flat out hit the baseball. 2nd down and 2 for the Generals.
Whoops.
Uh-oh, something happened there.
Yeah, somebody went the wrong way.
Marion, you're standing right there. That's not a good feeling if you're the quarterback and you turn to hand off and there's nobody there.
No, and it looked like it might have been another option play, and it looked like they had it blocked up pretty well had it gone the way that everybody else went.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure what the call was. It looked like maybe just the quarterback just turned the wrong way, but fortunately it wasn't a play that could have been a lot worse for the Generals.
Yeah, it could have been. You're right. They did only lose maybe a half a yard there, so 3rd down and 2. Grant Dolan, the man on the stop for the Bulldogs. Packer looking to pass, and it was low and incomplete, kind of behind his intended receiver, Spencer Showalter.
Yeah, just trying to get a first down, a little stop pattern and get it to him. He just didn't make a good throw.
Yeah. They just look a little out of sync on offense.
A little bit.
Yeah, Packer came up from that one, guys, rubbing his hands on his pants there.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that obviously that was probably a weather factor with the wetness of the ball.
So back to punt it away for the Generals is Caden Sheridan. And Broden Bishop stands at his 48-yard line to receive it. Low punt. Back Sheridan up. He catches it on the run at the 42 and breaks one tackle and gets back up to about the 48.
Got a shove from his teammate there a couple yards ahead. Well, great field position for Bloom-Carroll here.
Yeah.
They've flipped the field a little bit.
Well, they've moved the football. They've just stalled once they've gotten down in Sheridan territory.
Yeah, Sheridan I thought Sheridan had a really great defensive possession last time series and did a great job really pursuing the ball, Jared. We'll see if Bloom-Carroll goes back to what their bread and butter is here.
Into the ball game now in the backfield is Cole Sherman. He stands to the right of Thanavong. It's Armentrout will follow Sherman over that right side, and he is stacked up at the 50-yard line. Give him a short gain on the play of 2. Cole Davis on the stop for the Generals.
Well, somebody that plays middle guard for Sheridan is Reese Hale. He's 6'2", 260, and he doesn't get a lot of stats, but he gets double teamed so much he's taking on a lot of people and opens up their other people for making tackles. he's super valuable to their defense.
2nd and 8. This is Broden Bishop, and he's wrapped up. What a tackle there, 29 on the stop. That's Colton Reedy.
Yeah, watch here. That's just good discipline, Jared. Not to over pursue. He just came through, made sure he got the runner down.
So 3rd and 10 for Bloom-Carroll. This Sheridan defense definitely came to play. And Thanavong hands it off to Armentrout, and he just tripped up right as soon as he took the handoff, and he's down at the line of scrimmage.
Another good series for the Generals defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can just get something going offensively. They've given their offense opportunities to take advantage of some of these stops here.
So 4th and 10, back deep for Sheridan is Andrew Holden. The punt from Tyler Rapp. Rapp kicks it straight away. Holden takes it. What a move right there to start this return. And he's going to get out to near the 20-yard line after taking the catch at about the 8. So pretty good return there for Holden.
Guys, I was eavesdropping a little bit on the offensive side of the football for Sheridan just right now, and the coach was saying, guys, no more mistakes. They feel like they've left some plays on the field, really just been shooting themselves some foot on the offensive side of the football, saying that they need to just go out there and play football. No more mistakes, no more beating themselves. Just go out there and play.
That's good stuff, Marion. 1st and 10 here for the Generals. Caden Sheridan comes in.
Yep, just noticed that.
His first possession, or his first opportunity at quarterback tonight.
Caden's not as tall, but he's 5'11", 205. He's rock solid.
He's strong. He can run the football. Out of the shotgun. And Sheridan keeps it himself. And not a whole lot there.
Yeah, you know, Bloom-Carroll does a great job of extending plays toward the sidelines, and that's going to be tough to get that and get that blocked.
They'll give him 3 on the carry. That's 2nd down and 7 coming up. Clock rolls down to 7:09 to play here in this first half. Sheridan will send 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Caden fakes the handoff, looking to pass. Nobody there. Gets away from one would-be tackler, then fires one up to the sideline and incomplete, intended for number 5, A.J. Winders.
Yeah, good job, though. Good decision by Sheridan. He saw Marshall coming here. You'll see on the replay. He's got really good time back there. Escapes the lineman, but here comes Marshall, and he can see him in the corner of his eye coming.
How about Cale Craner, number 71? He just fought off that block and applied the pressure right off the bat.
Yeah, he's had a great year.
Great job by the Bloom-Carroll secondary as well, guys. Stayed home on that play action and didn't bite up at all. Didn't allow them to have any receivers open on that play for Sheridan.
Craner's a guy that sometimes they'll bring him in as a blocking fullback on offense. Sheridan going to keep it himself right up the middle. Has some little bit of room. And he's brought down. Did the ball come out, Marion?
Yeah, it did, but I think they're saying he was down.
I didn't see the orange bean bags come out, which usually is a sure sign that there was a fumble. So it must have been.
Well, it depends on the spot here.
Oh, they're giving him the first down.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see it here.
Yeah. Well, I
saw Marshall replay.
Yeah, I saw Marshall coming up right here.
Needed to get to the 30.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. You know, we don't have the greatest
extra
angle.
reach at the end.
I think so.
So 1st and 10 for the Generals. I believe that first down tonight.
I think you are correct.
Sheridan stays in at quarterback. And Cale Craner breaks through and gets the sack.
You're going to be calling the defense before long. Yeah, let's see what he just got unblocked. Jared.
Yeah, nobody touched him.
Yeah.
Gale Craner, 5'9", 220-pound senior with the sack. 2nd down and 14.
Yeah, now you're not in a down and distance that you like to be in against a tough defense.
2 receivers split out to the right. Sheridan, quick pass, and that's going to skip, intended for Andrew Holden. Just a little bit too low for him to handle.
It's a long pass.
Yeah, it is.
Bloom-Carroll's running linemen in and out here, trying to keep people fresh. In all honesty, they really only have one defensive lineman that plays offense, so they keep their people fresh in and out. And Sheridan does a great job with their line too, doing that.
That was Zane Gogolin getting a break for Bloom-Carroll on this 3rd down and 14. 5:21 to play in the first half. Sheridan with pressure. It's picked off by number 3. That's Jet Jones going the other way. Jet Jones to the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. But a flag comes in.
Wow.
Late. I think that might be coming back from possibly a block in the back.
Generally when it's thrown in that area.
And the shame of it is there was nobody near Jet Jones.
Well, you know how that is on the field. It's a lot different view.
Right.
And guys, number 72, Jaden Ball, who did an outstanding job of getting to the quarterback. I didn't get a chance to see. May have hit him a bit late.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if he took him all the way to the ground. I did not see that. But he should certainly get an assist on that interception because he was right in the face of Sheridan on that one.
So this is not only – this isn't on the return. This might be on the pass.
No.
No, it is blocking the back. So 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll back Bloom-Carroll up. They will have the football, but wipe the touchdown off.
Yeah, not a great throw right here. You know, they've got that really there's no way he could see.
No.
Just what Marion brought up. His vision was blocked.
Right, yeah.
See if we can find the block in the back.
Right there, maybe?
Yep,
I
that's
think
it.
it was. And it's a dead giveaway when the guy that blocks him puts his hands up
yeah,
after he
you
does
just
it,
gotta refrain from that. You know, it's hard.
1st and 10 Bulldogs at the Sheridan 23-yard line. Bulldogs leading at 3-0 with 5:10 to play in the first half. Dan Thanafong turns and gives it to Andrew Marshall. Tell you what, there's just been nothing there. Every time they've handed off to Marshall, they are swarming him.
Well, they're really active. I mean, we've talked about Bloom-Carroll's offensive line being big, but they're, if they have more people there, they're active, they're aggressive, and they're well coached, Jared.
Yeah.
You don't get to this level with having an average defense.
Right. And that's something that Sheridan has always prided themselves on. They've been good defensively for years, dating back to Paul Culver Jr. Here's Marshall again on the carry left side.
Well, there's a block right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Once again, that's Jaden Ball. He's just a junior, too.
Well, we call him Mr. Pancake because you'll see here he has over like 120 pancake blocks. He just blocks until the whistle blows.
Keep going until the whistle blows.
Holy cow.
3rd down and 5.
Well, it's 2-down territory,
yes,
I would say, for Carroll at this point.
Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Then Thanavong gives it to Plants off the right side. Or check that, it's Andrew Marshall on the carry. And shy of the first down by just a couple of yards, 4th down and 2.
Yeah, I don't see a field goal team coming on for this one. Big play for the Generals. They have been playing tremendous defensively, but now you got to really bend your back and battle here.
Yep. So 4th and 1 for the Bulldogs, or 4th and 2 rather. And Thanavong gives it to Plants. He's their 3rd down short yardage man, and he's just pushing forward and has the first down.
That's just great will.
Chase Plants with the first down. How many times have we seen him do that?
He's just those tough yards.
Yeah.
He's their
Look how
back.
he does not stop. Marion, you got to be impressed with his just never give up attitude.
Yeah, I'm continue to be impressed, guys. He just runs so hard, runs through the first tackle, and just keeps those legs churning constantly. Just never goes down. I mean, you've really got to make sure you take him to the ground because he will run through any arm tackle and will do what he can to get that short yardage.
Clock down inside of 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Here's Marshall. He's got running room to the right side. Marshall to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Boy, he showed some athleticism there for a 6'2", 220-pounder.
Yes, he did.
That's why maybe he's going to Kent State.
Had some speed and turned the corner. Here he goes.
Wow. Once he got on the corner here.
That's our Dagger Law replay showing Andrew Marshall going in for 6 for the Bulldogs. Trayton McKee on to kick the extra point. Out of the hold of Jet Jones. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:32 to play in the first half, the Bulldogs put a score on the board to make it 10-0.
Yeah, the Generals got to get something going offensively. Yeah, Jared, it's as simple as that. They really have been ineffective. They've got to have something, put it together now, and get a drive of some kind. Try to get points if you can.
Checking scores from other games around the area. In Division I, Pickerington Central and Gahanna tied up at 7 in the second quarter. It's Bishop Watterson over Jackson, 14-8, also in the second quarter. Wheelersburg and Harvest Prep tied up at 13. That game still in the first quarter down at Nelsonville.
Very interesting game. How about Upper Arlington's playing New Albany tonight? That's quite a big game in the Columbus area. Just know because I know Coach Buttermore so well at Arlington, and like see how his group's doing.
Right now, New Albany leads Upper Arlington 7-0 in the first quarter.
Okay.
So keep an eye on that one as well. So the Bulldogs, after the touchdown, will kick it off. Back deep for Sheridan, number 3, Spencer Showalter, and number 5, A.J. Winders. It'll go to Showalter's side. Up the near side of the football field. Showalter with some speed across the 30 and brought down at the 40-yard line by Jet Jones.
And that may be the spark the Generals need.
Yeah. He just took it and didn't try to do anything fancy. He just ran straight up the field.
No, he got
from
good
where he caught
blocking
it.
there.
Yeah,
if you check it out, look at the blocks.
Look at that one.
Yes.
22, I believe that was. Braden Clay with a really nice block.
Yeah, just excellent special teams play.
Then 82 also. Hayden Henry with a good block. That kickoffs and kickoff returns where some of those young guys get in there, and those guys, both sophomores, making that happen for his return man. 1st and 10 Generals at the 40-yard line. Sheridan hands it off. Right up the middle is Munyon, Justin Munyon. He'll pick up 3 on the play.
He's the leading rusher for the Generals with 899 yards coming into tonight. Just haven't been able to really get anything going at all offensively, though, Jared, to be honest with you.
He averages about 9.4 a carry coming in.
Well, these guys also know as you move up the ladder in the tournament, the playoffs, it gets much more difficult.
Right. Although you check there, we were fortunate enough that Coach Culver sent us their stats even from the playoff games.
Yes.
And, I mean, they've got some impressive stats just in their the 2 playoff games. Reed Packer with 190 yards rushing in the playoffs. Caden Sheridan 177. Justin Munyon 149. I mean, those guys are that's getting it done.
It's impressive. And against Courthouse last week, they rushed for over 500 yards.
Wow. And what did Coach Culver say? They faced, 55 passes
52.
from Washington Courthouse? Wow.
He kind of chuckled and said, that was a whole different experience.
Munyon gets the first down. Yep. The forward progress right to the 50-yard line is where he needed to get.
And so if you're Sheridan, you got to think about going tempo here, guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Taking a lot of time off the clock.
And they still have 3 timeouts. Clock under a minute to play in the first half. Sheridan back to pass. Screen pass. Oh, that was dangerous.
Marshall sniffing that out.
And we've got a flag down.
Boy, they sniffed that totally, Jared. The lineman stopped the rush.
Is that maybe an illegal man downfield?
You might get defensive holding. I think they were keeping Munyon from getting into that screen pass, so could see that as well.
Officials are having a little conference about it.
Well, these aren't crews tonight. These are people put together that have received enough votes to work at their position. Now, last 2 weeks we've had crews that worked all season together, and this is what we have now.
It makes sense. I mean,
it does.
They have, they
you
know.
Advance.
Right.
And you can see him here. We have Samuel Johns III as the referee. The umpire is Rick Milikarik. Head lineman is Steve Abbott. The line judge is Justin McCullough. The back judge is Sean Burns. And the center judge is Craig Kremer.
Taking a long time to discuss this.
Well, I think you'll see more of that with these kind of crews, making sure they get it right, Jared, and communicate.
They did call the illegal man downfield on Sheridan. It makes it 1st and 15.
Yeah, but you're down to 46 seconds right now.
So Caden Sheridan brings the Generals up to the line of scrimmage. He will hand it off to Munyon over the left side. Munyon gets to the 50-yard line, fumbled, but I think he was down.
Quarterback got put on his backside.
He did, didn't he?
He's looking at the official saying, what's that about? I handed it off.
32 seconds, and they still have not called a timeout, down to 29. They have 3 timeouts left, and they have not called one. The clock is still rolling.
Yeah, they got one.
Wow. So Sheridan does finally call the timeout. Our timeouts tonight brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more at carriagecompany.com. Shu, let's talk a little bit about, you had a chance to talk to both coaches from these teams. Of course, Paul Culver III from Sheridan and Jeremy McKinney at Bloom-Carroll. They both had obviously compliments over for their opponents.
They did. They recognized that both teams play really well. Like I said to start out, these are championship teams, Jared. These are not your run-of-the-mill teams.
Right.
These are special, and they're special programs. I mean, you got to remember, Bloom-Carroll's been in the state semifinals for 2 years in a row. Sheridan's program speaks for itself over all the years. Like you mentioned, Coach Culver Jr., who coached, 34 years at Sheridan, came in 1981 and retired in 2005. Remarkable. And now we have Coach Culver III here doing a great job in his 7th year, just continuing the program.
Of course, Paul Culver Jr. unfortunately passing away recently, within the last year or so. And that Culver name lives on at Sheridan, not only on the stadium, but with his son now coaching. Here's Munyon taking the carry right up the middle, and Andrew Marshall on the initial hit. And it looks like they're just going to let the clock run out.
Not going to do anything silly
and
here.
They will get the ball to start the second half.
That's true.
Will they try to get a play off? Down to 4 seconds. They will run one more play. Sheridan looking to pass, has time. And going to be incomplete, intended for number 15, Austin Clifton, over the middle. So that'll take us to halftime with Bloom-Carroll up 10-0. Stay tuned. We'll have our halftime band show coming up, brought to you by the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments, family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. And by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do too. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Your halftime score, Bloom-Carroll 10, Sheridan 0. Stay tuned. Coming up, the halftime band show on High School Football Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Brian McQuarrie from Toys for Kids. Our mission at Toys for Kids is to collect new unwrapped toys and to distribute those toys to less fortunate children in our community. So we're really excited to once again partner with Buckeye Toyota through their Buckeye Cares program. That means Buckeye Toyota will make a generous donation to Toys for Kids with every vehicle sold this month. We are so grateful that Buckeye Toyota has once again pledged to offer their support. Thank you, Buckeye Toyota, for supporting our kids.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
So wait!
Greetings from Fairfield DD. We are excited to share the joys of the fall season with you. As we move into cooler weather, we hope to see you at Football Friday nights and the County Fair. As you enjoy the season of changing colors, we also want to remind you of the change we hope to see. We pursue a vibrant community where everyone leads a fulfilling life and everyone makes meaningful contributions. Don't forget to stop by our social purpose enterprise, Art and Clay on Main and Square 7 Coffee House, to paint a new piece for your table this season or enjoy a handcrafted fall beverage.
Hi, my name's Josh Lazier with the Lancaster Fire Department, here to talk to you about Narcan. Narcan is the light in the darkness of the opioid epidemic. It's a medication designed to rapidly reverse opioid overdoses. It can very quickly restore normal respirations to a person whose breathing has slowed or stopped as a result of overdosing with heroin or prescription opioid pain medications. It can be carried by police, EMTs, firefighters, even family members. While Narcan stops the effects of an overdose, it does not stop addiction and is not a cure. If there are opioids in your home, Narcan should be there too. Narcan is considered to be a very safe drug and can save lives. And in Ohio, it's available without a prescription. Your life matters, and we're here to help because you matter.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
How much can you afford to spend on a home? That's a good question. I'm Desi DeJohn, Assistant Vice President and Mortgage Loan Officer at the Savings Bank in Lancaster. It's important to know how much you can afford before you contact a real estate agent. Factors such as income, credit score, debt, and down payment can help determine how much a bank can lend you to buy a home. Getting pre-qualified is the best way to find out how much you can afford to spend on a home. You can apply to pre-qualify online anytime at thesavingsbankohio.bank.
season. Music from the pop rock band Imagine Dragons, featuring a drum break written by junior master quad player Matthew Hilliard. If you doubted our energy, it's time to make you all a believer.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
And we welcome you back to Fulton Field, where your halftime scores: Bloom-Carroll 10, Sheridan 0 in this Division III Region 11 semifinal matchup. And Tim, a first half that really for Sheridan played good defense, but they just couldn't get anything going on offense, and that one turnover really hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come down to making less mistakes for the Generals. They got to get something out of the offense. They get the ball to start the half, Jared, which I think is important. We'll see what they've done if they can get the ball moving here this half and put a drive together. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble because Bloom-Carroll has dominated time of possession. Certainly hope you enjoyed the halftime band show. You saw the Bloom-Carroll band from their performance at the Fairfield County Fair, and then you got a chance to see some of the Sheridan General Band right here at Fulton Field, so we hope you enjoyed that. Checking some scores from around the area and games we've been paying attention to. Pickerington Central leads Gahanna 14-7 at halftime in Division I. It is Bishop Watterson over Jackson 14-8 at half. The winner of that game goes on to play the winner of this game next week, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Wheelersburg leads Harvest Prep 21-13 at halftime. That's a dog fight going on down at Nelsonville tonight. And also checking New Albany over at Upper Arlington right now, 14-7 in the first quarter. That's listed, so that one probably, I would say, has not been updated in a while. So it'll be Bloom-Carroll to kick off. Sheridan will get the ball to start this second half. Marion, we were a bit surprised talking up here at halftime at the clock management at the end. You know, Sheridan had a nice kickoff return all the way back to near the 50-yard line, had 3 timeouts, but really didn't decide to do much with it.
Yeah, it was a little bizarre on that. We talked about that in the truck as well. Confusing why they didn't make a more concerted effort to get the ball into the end zone on that one. But again, you know, maybe it's just a momentum thing. One thing I can say about Sheridan, they've been an incredible second half team throughout the season. 6 of their wins this season, very close wins. They've allowed 7 points or less coming out of the break at half, and on 3 of those were shutouts. So wow. Defense shown that they can make great second half adjustments. We'll just see if the offense can do their job on their end as well.
See what they do here. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Starting back at quarterback for this half will be number 14. That's Reed Packer. Little movement on that defensive line right side, but didn't jump far enough. Packer keeps it himself, takes a hit, and keeps on going. Packer has the first down. That was a heck of a hit over there, but didn't wrap him up, and that's a mistake.
Now he got low, and you know they say low man wins.
Packer, 6'2", 190-pound senior. I don't know if we have a replay of that one or not, but man, there was a big collision over on the far side, but he just ran right through the guy. Watch it here, right here. Boom.
Yep. Kept his feet.
And just keeps on going.
Yep.
I mean, he went another 5 yards to get the first down. Packer this time hands it off. Munyon, I believe, right up the middle. That's a good gain on first down as well.
Yeah, 5 yards, you'll take that. It looks like they're going to come out with a little more mindset here, Jared, that we need to line up and get this done.
Yeah.
Now we'll see how Carroll responds to that challenge. That's the beauty of this tonight. We get to see 2 really good teams play.
2nd down and 5 for the Generals. Just underway here in the second half at Fulton Field at Lancaster High School, this Division III Region 11 semifinal. On the carry this time, number 17, Alex Poyer, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, there are people up front getting the job done.
That's 3 plays, 2 first downs here in the second half. Just a little bit different fire coming out of that offense.
I honestly believe, and you'll see the replay here, I think it's just a mindset. Look at them coming off the ball, getting their blocks, Jared, and creating gaps in the Bloom-Carroll defense.
Well, when you see Andrew Marshall on the ground, you know somebody's doing a good job blocking. Again, Poyer, almost another first down, up to about the 49 of Sheridan or of Bloom-Carroll.
You know, they had a game in Week 9 this year against New Lexington, or Week 10, I should say, and it was a dogfight for quite a while.
Yeah.
But Sheridan came out, and they just made their mind up that they were going to run the football and execute, and they did that. And that's what we're kind of seeing here.
It's a good call from Marion. He pointed out that they've really been a good second-half team, and defensively, but here offensively, they're putting something together here on this first drive, the second half. Here's the quarterback, Packer, with the first down run up to near the 40.
You know, when you have championship pedigree and you see the replay here, the thing that you find out, Jared, is they have a toughness. And I don't mean tough by even how physical you are, toughness mentally, that we are going to make our mind up and execute and get it done. And that is a mindset.
Thanks to Dagger Law presenting our replays tonight. First and 10 Sheridan in Bloom-Carroll territory. Munyon on the carry. Get up across the 40 to the 39. Short gain on that play. Clock rolls at 9:07 to play in the third quarter. This wide receiver on this near side looks like he's lined up off sides almost. But he got the thumbs up from the official. On the carry is Packer again. And a short gain this time. Bring up a third down and 6.
Yeah, that's just basically a wildcat play, you know, for the most part with your quarterback. Just a snap direct, and he goes. Trying to get around that left side. Big play right here, I think.
Poyer checks back in. Munyon comes out. 3rd and 6 for the Generals. Deepest they've been in Bloom-Carroll territory all night. Packer hands it off to Poyer. Poyer, first down and more across the 30, inside the 30 to the 29.
That was well blocked.
Well, he runs hard.
Yeah, watch here. Watch the left side of the general line. Little counter step in the backfield, and, man, they did a great job of creating a crease for him to get through. And good job of hard running by Poyer.
Absolutely.
Get his shoulders square.
Poyer has carried for 566 yards on the season and 11 touchdowns. Here he is again, right up the middle. This time hit after a short gain. I believe Andrew Marshall leading the charge defensively. So they don't have, you know, that one back that's gone over 1,000, but this is a lot like Tri-Valley last week. We talked about how, you know, they might not have a 1,000-yard rusher singly, but if you look at, they've got 3 guys. Justin Munyon at 750, Reed Packer at 621, Alex Poyer at 566. I mean, if you can have that many running backs that can go near 1,000, that's saying something. 2nd down and 9 here for the Generals. Packer keeps it himself, and not much there this time.
Yeah, didn't quite get the push they've been getting. Bloom-Carroll defenders stood up the blockers a little bit.
Cale Craner and Grant Dolan on the stop.
And guys, you can see on this drive that Sheridan really has just said, hey, let's not be cute. Let's not do anything that can cause any mistakes. They haven't attempted a pass on this drive at all because, again, you saw in the passing game that kind of made them stub their toes a couple times. So they're just running straight at Bloom-Carroll, not messing around, and really doing a nice job.
3rd down and 8. Packer hands it off to Poyer. Poyer, a nice hard run to the 20, and he fumbled the football. Bloom-Carroll says they have it, and they do.
Wow.
Broden Bishop on the recovery.
Boy, watch here. You talk about a momentum shifter, Jared.
Wow. Didn't see who stripped it, but Broden Bishop is the one that fell on it.
I think the fumble was caused by the impact more than the strip.
I think so too. He was hit hard. It was a good hard run by Poyer. Might have had the first down.
Oh, definitely.
But instead, Bloom over.
Boy, it's just hard to win if you turn the ball well over.
Yeah, that's 2 tonight for Sheridan.
Yep.
So the Bulldogs back on offense, first time in the second half. Thanavong sends Marshall in motion, then hands it off to Plants. Chase Plants up to the 25. Short gain on the play.
Chase Plants with the carry, tackled by number 33, Bo Hayden.
Second down and 7. Shoot, not too often you know, this is Division III. Sheridan just barely a Division III team. You look down and see how many guys are on the sideline. I mean, you know, both these teams, a huge roster.
Says a lot about their program.
Certainly does. Both of them have had a lot of success over the years. Right side, the carry. Again, I believe this is Plants. And another first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you don't usually see Chase on the perimeter a whole lot. Usually that's Dylan Armentrout or Marshall. But great running there by Chase. You know, he's one of those backs that he delivers the blow a lot of times.
Yeah, he does. And that's why they use him in those short yardage situations, 3rd and short, goal line situations, because they know that he's got momentum and will just push those guys for the yardage he needs. Here's Marshall. Marshall gets up to the 40, a gain of 2 on the play.
Put him in motion, see if we can keep him in motion. Good job by the Sheridan defense sniffing that out.
Second down and 8 coming up. 4:23 on a running third quarter clock. Thanavong with Armentrout. He'll give it to Armentrout, going right side. And Dylan gets all the way out near the 45, call it the 44. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, big third down
Bloom-Carroll.
for both teams, and especially Sheridan to
Yeah.
get the ball back after they had such good success on that first drive.
Absolutely. Armentrout lines up right behind Thanavong. A little movement on that defensive side. And it will give Bloom-Carroll a first down. Went on a little hard snap count and drew him off.
Well, that big play didn't come to fruition there.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 49-yard line. 3:16 and counting here in the third quarter. Bulldogs leading it 10-0. Armentrout, the short run here. Just got to take the wind out of your sails when you've got a nice drive going to open up the half and then turnover down deep in Bloom-Carroll territory.
No, their execution was just tremendous on that drive, Jared. It's about as good as you and I have seen against Bloom-Carroll. They really were getting them blocked.
Of course, Carroll not unfamiliar with that. They had a chance last year to win the state semifinal and fumbled inside the 10-yard line.
That's true.
To end the ball game. It would have been a game-winning touchdown. Dylan Armentrout, short carry there. 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Here we go again.
So let's see. It'll be Armentrout, Thanavong, and standing to Thanavong's right is Cole Sherman. No Chase Plants here on 3rd and 6, at least not in the backfield. Thanavong passes out to the far side. It's complete. Up the sideline goes number 2, Jace Rockwood. First down and more.
It's like they almost lulled him to sleep right there, Jared.
Yeah.
It looked like he relaxed. He didn't really run a route. He just kind of went out and kind of acted
turned around and
relaxed.
stopped, right?
Yeah. Wow. Good throw by Thanavong. He's had a good night tonight, too. He's played really well.
How about the play call there, Marion? Pretty good one.
I thought it was a fantastic play call. I think the Bloom-Carroll coaching staff has done a great job all night, just calling the right plays, getting him in the, having the generals guessing at all times. I think he had Bishop down the middle of the field as well on that. He could have taken his pick.
Here's Marshall. Marshall across the 35. Clock continues to roll. 1.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
You know, I don't know what the trend is for Carroll, and I would think it would be similar. But I know during the season, Sheridan ran the ball 73% of the time. Last week against Courthouse, 93%, but that was a little different scenario there. But 73%, I would say Carroll probably is very similar.
Yeah. Well, in their opening round win over Beechcroft, they ran it 100% of the time.
Oh, that's true. And those are a little different scenarios.
Right. Here's Marshall.
Wow.
Marshall's got the first down across the 25. Still on his feet inside the 20. A good run by Andrew Marshall.
Jared, what a cutback. I mean, watch this. Here he is left, and he just stopped,
right
planted
there,
that foot, changed direction, and shot out of a cannon. You know, we've talked about his motor is always going.
Marion, I know that Andrew Marshall headed to Kent State and most likely as a linebacker, but I tell you what, he runs hard as a running back.
I said the same thing, Jared. I wasn't at the last game, but that game against Beechcroft, he did so much on the offensive side. I said, Kent State, if they're watching this film, they should think about playing him on offense as well.
Yeah, you're right. Here he is again. And again, just goes around a would-be tackler to pick up about 4 or 5 on the play.
His speed is deceivingly fast.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he's not like a sprinter per se, but, man, when he gets on the corner, Jared, he creates a lot of difficulty for defense.
He's 6'3", 225.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of the third quarter, so we will head into the final quarter of play here at Fulton Field with Bloom-Carroll leading 10-0.
Well, how about that? Each team got one possession in the third quarter.
Wow. And Bloom-Carroll still isn't over.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's amazing.
Want to thank Athletic Director Pam Bosser here at Lancaster High School for the setup and the hospitality. Of course, this is a perfect venue for these two teams, both coming from not too far distances. And boy, they brought the fans tonight. Both sides packed here at Fulton Field. There you get a look at the home side. Sheridan definitely travels, and I heard that both these schools did something interesting this week. They sent out messages to their league. Of course, Sheridan in the Muskingum Valley League and Bloom-Carroll in the Mid-State League. They sent out messages to the other schools from those leagues and saying, hey, why don't you have your student sections join ours, and we'll have a big, like, almost MVL student section and MSL student section going at it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I also want to, before we get started here again in the fourth quarter, give a big shout out to both coaches. Coach Culver, Coach McKinney, take time out of their busy schedules. They're both classroom teachers. Take their time and give us some real insight into tonight's game. I appreciate that a lot.
So our setup here at Fulton Field a little different than we're used to. Typically we're upstairs in a room by ourselves, but I kind of like this because we've got Bruce Evans on the eyes in the sky. I'm able to piggyback off. He's the spotter for the PA announcer, but I like it because I'm able to piggyback off of it and get all the calls. Penalty there on Bloom-Carroll. 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs coming up. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Official timeout. They want the game clock reset to 12. And before he had it out of his mouth, it was already set. 2nd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Thanavong gives it to Armitrout. There's a nice cutback. And Armitrout inside the 5-yard line.
Jared, he's really good.
Man.
He has over 1,500 yards rushing this
year. And just a junior.
Yeah, he's really good.
Watch this dagger law replay right here. Boom, cuts back.
we've talked about his footwork, his feet, how active and good they are. His vision is so good. And, on top of it, he's got some speed.
Andrew Holden just hung on for dear life to bring him down at the 4. Boy, and the setup of the Sheridan offense with their primary running, if a touchdown right here, man, that would almost do him in. Nice job defensively here for the Generals. No gain on that carry.
I enjoy this a whole lot watching this right here
absolutely.
because this is a battle of wills right here. The 4-yard line, you got to step up.
You know what's crazy is these two teams have never played each other.
That's amazing.
Ever. And they're not,
as close as they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I will say this for the Muskingum Valley League. It's been set up that really you only had 1 or maybe 2 non-league games.
Yeah.
So it's harder to find dates where the Mid-State League, you have 3.
Right.
3 non-league games. It's a big difference.
Yeah. 2nd and goal from the 4. Thanthanavong keeps it, and he's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. What a run by Ethan Thanthanavong.
He's had a really good game, Jared, tonight. He doesn't get all the press and all that, but he has been rock solid.
Yes, he has. The sophomore quarterback, watch this, just faked everybody out. Great job by Ethan Thanthanavong, and once again, another great call by that offensive coaching staff. Trayton McKee on to kick the extra point. Out of the hold of Jet Jones. It is up, and it is good. So the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs with a 17-0 lead with 10:41 to play in the ball game. Check some scores of other games. Of course, the one that we are definitely interested in, which has an impact on the winner of this game will be playing. That's Jackson and Bishop Watterson. Right now, Bishop Watterson leading that one 21-8 in the 3rd quarter. Also in Division I, it's Pickerington Central still showing 14-7 at half over Gahanna. Wheelersburg leads Harvest Prep 21-13. New Albany over Upper Arlington 14-7 at half.
What do we have? Tomorrow night we have divisions 4, 6, and 7, I believe. I think we have 1, 2, 3, and 5 tonight.
Yeah. In fact, Fulton Field will host another game tomorrow night, Fort Fry and Colgrove in Division 6. Of course, Logan will be hopping tomorrow night with Newark Catholic and Waterford.
Yep.
Trayton McKee kicks it off, takes a bounce, and goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Boy, that's just a weapon in itself. That's 2 times, the kickoffs, there's no return.
Yeah. And think about the return that we saw at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, all the way out near the 50.
No, that's just a weapon. I mean, you're going to force a team to drive the football 80 yards to get a score.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what the percentages are exactly, but they've got to be not very good to do that, especially against a defense like Bloom-Carroll's.
Want to give a shout out to our Interface Video Productions crew tonight. Our producer director Josh Messerly. Also down on the truck with him is Donnie Ziegfeld and Shane Messina. And we have an intern tonight, Craig Carpenter, helping out. Our camera guys, Jason Roush and Jim Spires, high atop Fulton Field. Thanks to all the work that they do. And, of course, Josh and his crew coming out when it was pouring down rain today to get set up. So we thank them. And, of course, now the rain has stopped, and we've got a good football game here at Fulton Field. A flag comes out, I believe, over on the far side. The pass was completed, but we'll see what it is.
Called offensive pass interference, it looks like. Oh, illegal shift. Okay. They haven't really been able to get anything out of their passing game tonight at all, Jared. Just the last drive was fantastic.
Yeah. On the season, Reed Packer is 41 of 76 for 651 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Caden Sheridan, 33 of 77, 559, 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. Right now it's Packer in there with 1st and 15. Packer looking to pass. Got some blockers. Was going to throw it back across his body, but he makes a smart decision. Just tucks it in and runs and gets all the way up to the 25-yard line.
Well, that's what he does well, and, you stop the clock, too, getting out of bounds.
Yep.
Because the clock has now become part of the enemy.
Absolutely.
You say, well, there's 10 minutes to go. Well, it's not that easy to score on Bloom-Carroll.
No, it's not.
I mean, they're giving up 9.9 points per game. You've got to get down there and get a score, and then hopefully you got to make a break. You've got to get something to happen for you.
2nd and 5. Packer looking to pass, being pressured. Andrew Marshall hits him as he throws. Yep. And I believe the ball was tipped as well.
And guys, I am amazed at the closing speed of Marshall in that play. I mean, he closed on him so quickly. I mean, he may. I take
the replay's going as you're talking, Marion. So
okay,
go ahead, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you can see it there. I mean, he's got to be one of the fastest guys on the team. I mean, I'd be shocked if he is not. And again, at his size, at 225 or however much he weighs, I mean, you can see why. I'm sure the Flashes are just salivating all over themselves, waiting to get him in their building next year.
6'3", 225.
And they'll put 15, 20 pounds on him.
Yeah, and he came out of that middle linebacker spot like it was nothing. Packer, pass is complete. A first down out to the 37-yard line. On the reception is Austin Clifton.
Yeah, good pass and catch, and a great job by the line giving him time. Again, we have a replay. Look here. Look at all the time he's got. Can step and throw, Jared. Found the hole in the zone.
Yep. So 1st and 10 for the Generals at their own 38-yard line. Clock rolls down to 9:35 to play in the ball game. Packer rolls out to pass, near side.
Here he comes.
Great coverage by Bloom-Carroll, and Jet Jones swats it away.
Marshall was chasing him down on this side. We were talking at halftime about Marshall, some people here that have not seen him play. Unfortunately, we have, and they were saying, when you come in and you watch a game of teams you haven't seen, isn't it amazing how those guys stand out?
Yeah,
you don't have to be a specialist or have spent 25 years coaching football to recognize.
Right.
He stands out.
Yeah.
And, guys, as much as we talk about the front seven for Bloom-Carroll, and rightfully so, that secondary is, every bit as good. They've done an outstanding job tonight.
Yeah, there was just nobody open that time for Packer to pass to, just like right here. And it's picked off by Andrew Marshall. But look who made pressure. Cale Craner came in and put a hit on Packer as he was passing it. Here's the replay brought to you by Dagger Law. There comes Craner.
He had
and
plenty
what a
of
catch
time
by Marshall. That's 3 turnovers for Sheridan tonight.
Yeah, it's just tough to tough to win.
Yep.
When you turn the football over. And here's the thing that's frustrating. You're looking at a team that's won, what'd we say, 10 games in a row.
Yep.
Outstanding all year, and you can't score. You never look that good when you can't score in any sport, Jared.
Right. Here's Armand Trout on the carry. Short gain on the play. Stop made by Alex Poyer. He's played a good game tonight on both sides of the field, Poyer has.
He's a doggone good football player.
Yes, he is. They're certainly going to miss him. He's a senior. Speaking of seniors, 21 seniors on the Sheridan team.
Yeah, he said they had a good group of seniors. And you know what he really likes about them more than anything else is they have a lot of leadership through how hard they work.
Mm-hmm.
They practice and prepare well. When you do that, you play well.
Right. Here's Armand Trout again. Just picking his way through there. Armand Trout, what a move.
Wow.
Inside the 25-yard line. What a run by the junior, Dylan Armentrout. He's fun to watch, isn't he, Marion?
Yeah, he's really fun to watch, and he's got more wiggle, I tell you, than a lot of running backs you'll see there. That's the best way word I can use to describe it, because he just does an amazing job of just making people miss in the hole as he gets in the open field, and it's not a whole lot of just a slight move here or there, and he's so quick with it. Just an outstanding job. Continue to be impressed.
Dylan Armentrout, 5'9", 180-pound junior. And here he is again. This time, short gain, if any. I think they'll call them stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good job by the Generals that time.
33 in on the stop. That is Bo Hayden. Clock inside of 8 minutes. Some folks starting to make their way to the exits for Sheridan. Marshall on the carry. He's got a first down up near the 10-yard line. They'll say he was down at the 14.
And he just gets on that edge, and then he kicks another gear. And let's give a big shout out to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thanks to Larry Tipton and his crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
1st and 10 for Bloom-Carroll. 6:47 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Thanavong hands to Marshall. Marshall right up the middle, inside the 10.
I think what you see now, Jared, is a little fatigue. The size, the weight, it does take an advantage at this point. Sheridan's defense has played so hard and so stout, and they've been on the field this half. I mean, after they made the first drive, Carroll kept the ball for a long time. We'll see here if they got any more in them here. Carroll's on the 8-yard line.
It's looking like it might be two Central District teams playing next week as Bishop Watterson up 21-8 on Jackson in the third quarter. Thanavong hands it to Armentrout. And he's going to be stopped at the 7-yard line, bring up a 4th down. Will we see McKee for a field goal attempt, or are they going to go for it here? No, it's 3rd down, my bad.
It's third.
3rd down. Coach McKinney taking plenty of time. Go ahead, Marion.
I was going to say that formation that Bloom-Carroll just continues to run with the 2 backs in the front and with Thanavong in the pistol and the deep back. It just makes it so hard, because you never know what side they're coming from. They can run counters out of that. We saw the naked bootleg, and then when you've got 2 blockers in the front with Plants and Willett, I mean, it's really tough to stop.
Armentrout this time hit immediately. 21, was it 21 Bryson Ruff? No, it was 20. Justin Munyon.
Boy, he came in really hard, did a good job off his corner spot here. Watch him. Really good effort right here, Jared. Get to the back.
Yeah, quiet as it's kept. Munyon's played an outstanding game, especially on the defense side of the football, guys. I mean, he has played really hard. I came to this game again, didn't see a bunch of them on film, but from what I saw, he's one of their, if not their best defensive player. I mean, he does a really nice job from his cornerback spot, ball hawk, but he's done a great job in run support tonight. It's just not gone their way.
Yeah, and Justin's back next year.
Wow. They're going to let the clock run down, the play clock, and then call a timeout. It's 4th down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Will they go for it, or will they kick a field goal here?
I don't know if kicking a field goal does you that much. I mean, difference.
Just getting them some reps, game reps.
It is, plus, but it's also more opportunity to maybe have a block or something happen like that, probably less chance keeping the ball. But, it depends on how they want to play. It looks like they're going to just keep their people on the field, and then Sheridan will have to drive it 90-some yards, to get some points.
Yeah, I'm with you, Shu. I think that's the right call, too. Going up by 20, really doesn't do a whole lot for you because Sheridan, they're going to be trying to score a touchdown. Although it may be not likely now, you certainly don't want to even give them a window for that. So why not just keep your offense on the field, try to go up 3 scores. If you're able to go up 20, 24, or 23 to nothing at that point, you can pretty much seal it away.
That's right.
So 4th and 4. Ball spotted at the, it's like the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
7.5, I think.
And Plants is back in the backfield. Going to run a little wildcat here, pistol with Broden Bishop. Bishop will keep it himself with Plants blocking for him, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Once again, Justin Munyon.
See, the only problem I have with that in that situation, I'm going to second guess, is that is all they do when he's in right now.
So they know what's coming.
Yeah, it's the Wildcat because he hasn't handed it off.
Yeah. Boy, Munyon even broke out of it. What would a tackle, essentially. He was being held and broke out of it to make the tackle. So Sheridan takes over, 1st and 10, with 4:26 to play in the ball game. They've got the ball on their own 12-yard line. Packer in at quarterback. Quick pass out to the far side and getting out of bounds is a receiver. That's number 11. That's Andrew Holden.
Marked him short.
Wow.
No?
Nope. Yep.
No,
now they're moving.
Okay, I was like, man, my eyes aren't as good as I thought they were.
Packer again to pass, has time, and almost picked off. Jet Jones right there on the coverage. Gotta say, that's a perfect name for a wide receiver and defensive back.
Yep. Jet.
Oh, almost had it.
Just wasn't quite in the right spot.
2nd down and 10. There's a look at Jet. Packer looking to pass, and he's going to be, how did he get through that? Almost wrapped up, and he completes the pass.
Yeah,
what a
good
catch.
No,
they'll say it. He did not maintain control. Number 3, it was Spencer Showalter. Watch this. First of all, Packer getting away, almost sacked right there. And then watch this pass and the attempt by Showalter.
On the run. Put it on the money, Jared. I think you have to complete it. You know, of course, in what we see now every weekend.
Yeah.
You know.
True. Packer looking to pass. And, it's tipped and caught by Andrew Holden. Holden up the far sideline. Touchdown, Generals.
Hey, you never know.
Wow. That's going to go as a 78-yard touchdown pass. Watch this. 25 for Bloom-Carroll. Carter Cornelius, yeah.
Thought he had the interception, didn't he?
And then Andrew Holden just played the tip drill perfectly.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, guys.
That's right. Got to bring the kicking ball in now. So Showalter will do the kicking. Kick is up, and he was roughed big time. Broden Bishop tried to block the kick, but, man, he went all over Showalter, and somehow the kick still went through.
I mean, I don't know how high school interprets this. You know, sometimes it's just on the kick, the extra point. You know, a lot of the higher level on the weekend, you can put to the kickoff, but I don't know in high school, Jared, if that's appropriate.
We'll get the call, and then we'll see the replay.
You say they're going to mark it on the...
Yeah, mark it on the kick. Let's see it again. Broden Bishop comes from that far side.
Yeah.
Just took his legs out from under him after he kicked it.
Got him pretty good.
And it wasn't intentional. I mean, he was diving to try to make the block.
Yeah, you got to go to a spot.
Yeah.
Not a landing spot. A spot ahead of the landing spot.
So I want to go back to the pass.
See, they don't mark it on the kickoff, do they?
Yeah.
Moved it all the way up.
Well,
I think since it's a personal foul, they do move it up, Jared.
So they're going to be kicking it.
from the 45.
Holy cow.
And, guys, this is so much to Sheridan's advantage because now they have more confidence to do the onside kick.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't get it, they still haven't given Bloom-Carroll good field position.
Right.
True.
Absolutely. So Bloom-Carroll over on this near side, which is where it looks like they're angling to kick it to our side. You've got Jet Jones over here. You've got Cornelius over here. And also on this side is 29, Bo Sherman. So they've got some hands guys, and Cale Craner as well. And Andrew Marshall.
Oh.
Craner! It went off of Craner. Did Sheridan get it? I think they did.
Kicked it hard.
He kicked it hard right at Sheridan. Oh, they say Bloom-Carroll has it.
Wow.
All of the Sheridan players thought they had it. And at the last second, the official comes up and points to Bloom-Carroll.
Well, they're right there. I mean.
Right.
We have no view.
Sheridan's got to be careful, guys. The players they're really close to getting another unsportsmanlike conduct.
And coach is all the way out on the field. Coach Culver. I'd like to see that again if we can. Here it is. It was a great kick.
Yeah, it was. Kicked it hard right at the lineman.
So it goes off
His
Craner's
leg.
knee.
Yeah.
There were two Bloom-Carroll guys on the bottom of the pile. So, I mean, they were very likely could have had it.
Yeah, who knows what goes on the bottom of those piles.
Right.
Yeah, guys, I thought Bloom-Carroll had it the whole time. I was kind of confused why Sheridan was so convinced that they did have it.
Yeah, we're still seeing the replay. The scrum, it definitely looked like Bloom-Carroll had two guys on the bottom of the scrum. Here's Marshall on the carry. You were talking about, the differences in penalties and how they're marked off and stuff in different levels. I want to go back to the reception that wasn't by Spencer Showalter on this far side when he caught it and then he was, they say you have to complete the catch.
Yeah.
Ground, if you don't complete the catch, you go down and you fumble. It's an incomplete pass. Why is it then that ground can't cause a fumble for a running back?
You're asking the wrong guy. I mean, football to me, a lot of times I have to speak to, one of our people that briefs us.
Sure.
I got to talk to Ron Wintermute or Tom Stoughton, and get the answer because those guys have been white hat officials.
Yeah.
And they know the rules.
Right.
Tom's helped us out for years. And let's say tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com.
And that timeout was brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Check them out at CarriageCompany.com as Andrew Marshall carries here for a short gain. And Sheridan going to take another Carriage Company timeout. Some other scores around the area. Gahanna Lincoln now leads Pickerington Central 21-14. It is Wheelersburg over Harvest Prep. That's a tight one, 21-19 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Bishop Watterson and Jackson, maybe I counted my chickens before they hatched. It's 21-16. Jackson coming back on Bishop Watterson now in the third quarter. New Albany leads Upper Arlington 14-7 also in the third quarter.
This is a great time of year. If you love high school football and high school sports, this is a great time of the year.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I told people I feel privileged to get to come out here and watch these two teams. They're so well coached. They play hard. You have good people. It's just tremendous.
Yeah. We were excited for last week's game at Tri-Valley between Bloom-Carroll and Tri-Valley, and I think this one even more. Obviously the packed stands on both sides. Everybody knew this was going to be a battle. 17-7 right now. 3:33 to play in the ballgame. Here's Marshall, and he's going to be wrapped up. Finally, they'll spot him dead at the 41-yard line, and a timeout by Sheridan. They'll take their final timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get the ball back. Bloom-Carroll will be forced to punt.
Well, you get an opportunity to make a play here on special teams. This is why you never give up, Jared. You just don't know. You keep playing every opportunity you get.
So back deep after the timeout, Andrew Holden. He's a man that caught the pass and made the nice run for the touchdown for Sheridan.
I think Andrew's their leading receiver, and he does a really good job on their defense too.
Yeah, he has on the season, check the receiving yards. Drew Holden has 23 receptions for 442 yards.
That was regular season.
Yeah, regular season. Winders has...
But combined, he has 25 catches for over. He's averaging 20 yards a catch, and that won't hurt his average right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So to punt it away for Bloom-Carroll is number 14, Tyler Rapp. Holden back for the Generals. He stands at right about his 26-yard line. His team trails at 17-7, 3:24 to play in the fourth quarter. Rapp had pressure but gets the punt away. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that's perfect.
At the 26, I think? No, 24. Nope, he's walking back. So Generals will have it at the 26.
I mean, the fact
no
that
timeouts.
Yeah, the fact you got no return, that's really big,
yes.
Jared. That's a really nice punt in this situation.
It will be Reed Packard coming back out. We've seen just a couple series with Cole Sheridan at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, here's a situation too. I think the Sheridan line has done a great job in this passing situation here.
You're right.
They're giving him a lot of time. I think if I'm coaching the defense, I'm going to put some pressure.
Screen pass is complete. Showalter on the reception, gets out to the 32-yard line. Spencer Showalter. Clock continues to roll.
Guys, that's a really nice play call, and he had some room, but those linebackers for Bloom-Carroll closed so fast.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get any kind of positive yardage.
Packers pass again complete. This time it's Drew Boyer. And does he get out of bounds?
No, it's a first down, though. He wound the clock when he went down. You can see here.
Packer again. Quick pass, and it's picked off. Tip drill picked off by the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. Trying to see who. Was that Jet Jones? No, I think it was number 2, Jace Rockwood, on the interception. Watch this.
Tip.
Just went off the arm of the intended receiver, Drew Boyer.
Well, Sheridan had a break last time. A tip off of the defender. Carroll gets a break this time.
4 turnovers tonight for the Generals.
Yeah, that's going to kind of put a damper on it because now they have no timeouts.
Right, they cannot stop the clock.
Even though they know Carroll's going to do one thing here.
Yep.
They're going to run the clock down, snap it with under 5, and then run the football.
Right.
I mean, everybody's in the box, Jared. Look.
Van Thanavong will hand it off to Armand Trout right up the middle. And Dillon gets to the 22-yard line. So the clock will roll.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to snap it at 2 minutes or under now.
Well, Shoes, we're down inside of 2.5 minutes to go. Time to name our players of the game. Let's do the Sheridan player of the game first. Brought to you by Bay Food Market. Bay's has been serving Fairfield County for more than 90 years. Located at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster, Bay Food Market provides the community with the highest quality meats. Stop in and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Get to that player of the game announcement right after this play. As Armand Trout carries. Shu, who is our Bay Food Market Sheridan player of the game?
Well, I think, we could, as always, we could name quite a few people, but I think Alex Poirier had an outstanding game for the Generals in his linebacker spot. We also talk about Justin Munyon was so good and very active, but I really think Alex Poirier, and he was running the ball so good there at that first drive of the third quarter, and just, they had a turnover, but I just was really, really pleased and enjoyed watching Alex play tonight.
So congratulations to number 17, Alex Poirier, our Bay Food Market Sheridan player of the game. And after this play, we'll get to our Bloom-Carroll player of the game. as Thanthanavong hands it off. I believe that was Plants.
It was.
On the carry. Our Bloom-Carroll player of the game brought to you by the Edwards Insurance Agency, specializing in providing personalized insurance coverage that meets the needs of our individual clients. Contact Todd or Dale Edwards today.
You know, it's always tough. We've got a lot of players out there. You know, we've talked a lot about Andrew Marshall, but I think Dylan Armentrout has just been superb.
Yeah, I agree.
All night. Offensively, plays good defense, as you talked about earlier. Congrats to Dylan. He's well-deserving, I think.
So congratulations, number 7, Dylan Armentrout, our Bloom-Carroll player of the game, brought to you by Edwards Insurance Agency.
Yeah, I'd like to also say congrats to Ethan Thanthanavong.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's not a feature of their offense, but he really did a great job with the offense. Scored a touchdown tonight. When he had to pass, he made good decisions. I thought he was really, really an important part of their offensive scheme tonight.
And Ethan, just a sophomore, so he's got a couple more years, and Dylan Armentrout, a junior. So they're going to have some quality guys back next year. But they're going to be moving on to the 4th round. Hard to believe, Shu, that, I mean, if you make it to the state championship game, you're almost playing an entire second season, 16 total games.
It's a lot. I mean, it's basically an NFL schedule, Sheridan. And
with no off days. I mean, you don't get a week off,
And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'd like to talk to some of the coaches and get some of their perceptions on it and see what they think.
So the Bulldogs will snap it. Hand it off to Plants up the middle. And it'll stop the clock with 17 seconds, and Sheridan will get the ball back for the final 17 seconds. Checking some scores quickly from around the area in Division I. Gahanna-Lincoln leads Pickerington Central 28-14. They've come from behind to put some points on the board against Pickerington Central. Wheelersburg leads Harvest Prep 21-19 in the 4th quarter. It is New Albany over Upper Arlington 14-7 in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Watterson leads Jackson 21-16. And the winner of that game will move on to play the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. We're going to walk out of here at Fulton Field with a victory tonight. And they will move on.
Well, whoever was going to win this game, it was going to be hard-earned. As you saw, the effort on both sides has been tremendous.
Boy, and this 4th quarter has been something else. I mean, we've had turnovers. We had a onside kick that, almost went Sheridan's way. And if it would have, who knows, what could have happened. If they could have scored quickly there, you're talking 17-14. With still about 2.5 minutes to go. That penalty there on Sheridan will back them up.
They haven't had many tonight.
No, they haven't. They've had some turnovers, but not a lot of penalties.
Very disciplined.
Packer, his pass is complete and pitched back. It was completed to number 5, A.J. Winders. He pitched it back to Spencer Showalter. And now 10 seconds on the clock. Here's the replay.
Yeah, the hook and ladder.
Yep. Could be the last play here as Packer back to pass. Has pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And that will end the ball game on the sack to end it for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs. Number 43, Tristan Britch. What a game tonight here at Fulton Field. The Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs will move on to the Region 11 championship game for a chance to move on to the state Final Four. The regional final coming up next week. Marion is going to make his way out to the field to see if we can get Coach McKinney. A couple words with him as his team victorious tonight, 17-7 over the Sheridan Generals. And what a battle here at Fulton Field tonight. So Marion does get Coach McKinney. And I think he's ready to go. So let's send it down to the sideline as Marion Royster standing by with the victorious Coach Jeremy McKinney of the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, here with Coach McKinney. Coach, another outstanding effort in the playoffs here. Just outstanding job by the defense. Held them virtually scoreless till about 5 minutes left in the fourth. 4 turnovers, just another outstanding effort. Talk about how your defense just comes to play every week.
Yeah, we keep it really simple so that we can play fast. I'll just call a spade a spade. That was a fluke there on that touchdown, to be totally honest. I mean, we had 2 guys right in front of it. So I think if that doesn't happen, that doesn't feel quite like this. But yeah, our defense, we had a great week in practice. We knew what they wanted to do, and again, we were trying to take them out of their comfort zone, and I thought we were able to do that.
Offensively, you didn't put a ton of points on the board, but you guys played a really clean game, and I had to say, you called such a great game, just in great spots. The double screen here, I think to Armentrout you had, the naked boot where Ethan scored. It seems like offensively you really just want to, make sure that you don't beat yourselves. No turnovers tonight. Is that kind of your idea going into the game?
Yeah, and we know we have some athletes. People think we can only line up in there and pound it, but we can do some stuff other than just back everybody in there with 3 backs. But yeah, our goal offensively is to control the ball and play complementary football. We know defensively we run the ball well, so if we keep the ball out of other people's hands, it's hard for them to score, obviously.
That's great. Going back to the regional championship game again, but it's the first for you as the head coach, so congratulations to you. What's this mean to you as a head coach?
It means more to me that these guys have done that. I mean, it's great for me, but these guys have worked their butts off for the last 11 months for us, and it's totally credit to our seniors and how hard they've worked.
That's right. Congratulations again, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Marion. Some good comments there from Coach McKinney. Always humble, and boy, he gets his guys ready to play, doesn't he?
Sure does. Well prepared. Like I said, I feel privileged. We watched 2 teams that are outstanding.
Yeah.
Just well coached, Jared, and have schemes and plans and know what they're doing. So just a lot of fun for us. It's been a heck of a run for us here and doing the games.
Yes,
too.
it has. It's going to wrap it up for our season as Bloom-Carroll moves on. We'll turn it over to some other media outlets to take them the rest of the way. And Marion, it's been a fun season. I know that I only got to join for the last 5. Or let's see, I did 2 Fisher games and 3 playoff games. So, but it's been fun. Marion, you always bring a lot to the table. With your sideline commentary, and great job again tonight.
Well, yeah, thanks. Echo those comments as well, Jared. It's just so wonderful to work with you and Shu and Josh and everybody in the truck and behind the scenes. It's just so great, as Shu always says, to be out here covering these athletes, these young men that have the opportunity to do such a wonderful thing as play high school football, high school sports in general. It's just a wonderful thing to watch and follow and be a part of. I'm always fortunate and blessed to be a part of it with you guys, such a professional and amazing crew. So thank you again. It's a great season.
Shu, time to get the round ball out.
Yeah, I got to have a little different focus here, but I'm not giving up. I love to watch high school football,
right,
and so we got 2 or 3 more weeks here that I can at least enjoy it and listen to somebody else.
We'll be watching some football. We'll be rooting on the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs as they head in to play most likely Bishop Watterson next week, but that's still a tight game, so we'll see between Bishop Watterson and Jackson. And our broadcast crew will move on to basketball season, but we still have some football to watch, so good luck to the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs the rest of the way. They are victorious tonight over Sheridan, 17-7. I want to thank our Interface Video Productions crew, Josh Messerly, Donnie Ziegfeld, Shane Messina, Jason Rouse, Jim Spires, and our intern tonight, Craig Carpenter. For Marion Royster and Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, the Edwards Insurance Agency, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.